To a Queens woman, he was her beloved only son. To a Central Florida woman, he was an unforgettable past love. Well, just weeks before the anniversary of Brian Cascia's death in the September 11th attacks, both women received a bittersweet surprise. Giovanna Drpic has the story about loss and love.
This is the story of how new media collided with good old-fashioned communication and brought the memories of a 9/11 victim back to life in the form of a love letter. When was the last time you heard about someone writing an honest-to-goodness love letter? Not an email, not a text message, but a young adult who poured out his heart to the young woman he loved with just pen and paper.
Dear Lisa, I really miss you and I'm always thinking about you.
Lisa McDonald now works in a TV newsroom in Orlando. She was the recipient of this letter when it was first written back in 1995. She tucked it away and recently rediscovered it.
The first thing I thought of was, I want to keep that memory. I want to keep the memory.
The letter was from her then boyfriend. After she found it, she wrote about it on Facebook and explained why she couldn't bring herself to throw it away.
But it was from someone who later died in the North Towers of the World Trade Center on 9/11.
That someone was Brian Cascia. The young man who wore his heart on his sleeve died at the age of 26.
I feel this way because I know I never felt this way before about anyone else.
Brian sent Lisa the letter along with his giant white teddy bear when he was just 20 years old.
Immediately there was chemistry. I mean, there was just that feeling of trust.
The letter resurfaced 18 years after Brian wrote it, less than a month before the 12th anniversary of his death in the World Trade Center attacks.
It's nice because this letter makes me smile.
The story about the love letter could have ended there, but it didn't. I read Lisa's Facebook post and decided to track down both Brian's mother, Sabrina, who's now suffering from multiple sclerosis, and his 91-year-old grandmother, Hildy, in Bayside, Queens. I shared the letter with them.
Oh my God.
You could see memories and feelings well up that only a mother could understand as Sabrina read what her boy wrote about the girl he once loved.
And I've always wanted someone to like me for who I am.
But since Lisa lived in Florida and Brian lived in New York, Brian didn't know if he should continue a long-distance relationship.
And I said, well, Brian, things like that usually don't last forever.
It didn't last forever. Lisa and Brian's relationship ended 6 months after it began. He moved on and eventually got engaged. She moved on, got married, and started a family. And then 9/11 happened. Brian's remains were never found.
But I wish they would find, I don't know, like a fingernail. Anything.
What do you think we as people can take from this with 9/11?
You should stay in touch because you never know if you're here tomorrow.
And the message was delivered with a love letter.
What would you tell Brian?
Hold on. That's a tough question. That I miss you. I wish we hadn't lost touch with each other.
Giovanna Drpic, Bios 1 News.